the pristine rainforests of northern Peru, where an environmental disaster is threatening the headwaters of the world's greatest river system. For the last month, workers from Peru's state-controlled petrol company have been mopping up and scooping up almost 500,000 litres of thick crude oil. Removing thousands of sacks full of contaminated soil, company officials are keen to show us how well the cleanup is going. But beyond the security cordon and hidden under blue tarpaulins is evidence of just how much oil remains. But in these poor indigenous communities, we saw evidence that children were also involved in the cleanup. 14-year-old Naith shows me how they scooped oil with their bare hands into buckets, paid about $1 for each one by company officials, she says. They fell ill with fever and diarrhea after being sent to the river to gather oil, says father of 4 Jaime. His middle son, 7-year-old Osman, is still in hospital. Jaime shows me the boy's oil-stained clothes, not the overalls and masks worn by contracted workers for him. Peru says it explicitly prohibits the employment of children at the operations centre, where it does hire local workers to help in the cleanup. But the company said it would look into the allegations. This is the latest of several recent oil spills in the Peruvian Amazon. But Peru says it can contain the environmental damage. The petrol company insists that no expense and no amount of human effort will be spared to clean up this oil spill within a month. But the effects will last much longer. There's a state of emergency, and that means that locals can't use the water or fish in it for at least 4 months. And this is a waterway upon which their very lives depend. Fishing nets stained black with oil. It's a disaster for the community, Elamina tells me in her native Achua language. With part of their land now contaminated, locals say that oil has brought nothing but trouble to the region. It was not a lack of maintenance which caused this 40-year-old pipeline to break, spilling 3,000 barrels of oil, say company bosses, who openly admit there will be more such accidents.
Sometimes it's inevitable that things, but we are working hard protecting the environment. We are working hard making a good maintenance of the pipeline.
Oil and water do not mix, that much is known, and locals here say their environment cannot tolerate many more spills. Woodrow Davis, BBC News, Peru.